Giant comic cat. Oh, loud heat coming. 1 second.
Big B.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for kitty paws and tail panda. Nice to hear that sound again. Oh, thank you for self-care. I hope I'm gonna leave Ghost Mamsies on today. She's always so supportive. She deserves the pets, even if only in spirit. All right, self-care complete. Hi, everyone. Thank you all so much for the patience and support while I've been away from streaming. It's been a conflicted period for me because I really enjoy streaming and hanging out with y'all, and I also really have a ton of anxiety about it for personal reasons that I'm not going to super get into right now. But I wanted to do this today. I'm playing so much of this Convergence update as it is. I'm going to want a lot of footage eventually for feedback and more bug reports. And I just want to hang out with y'all. So thank you for being here and just for immediately being incredible. In fact, I've been stuck on a 29 stream streak was pissing me off. Thank you, Eagle, for the 10 stream streak. Thank you, Lucky, for the 30 stream streak. Y'all are awesome. Thank all of y'all for being here at all, regardless of how much you may or may not be streaking. Oh, thank you so much for the sub, Panda. That's really sweet. I appreciate it. But yeah. So I'm really excited. I hope y'all enjoy. The first hour or so is going to be pretty boring because we're starting a new character. I'm going to be trying out the Necromancer today. And the first hour or so is usually me running around and picking up a bunch of stuff. Health comes first. Always will be here when you're ready. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Oh, this is the worst looking
Oh,
hat I
yeah.
ever saw. Well, you buy a hat like this, I'll bet you get a free bowl of soup, huh? Oh, it looks good on you, though.
Nice to hear you again, Rodney. Also, hi, Poogie. Welcome in. That's the wrong one. Hi, Poogie. Welcome in. I hope you're well. Now that Elden Ring is cooperating with me, I might be brave and explore Convergence. Hell yeah. It's a good time. I've seen folks on the Discord ask, like, oh, is it worth bothering with the early access, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I have reported so many bugs and so much feedback, and a lot of it is, like, stuff that has been a bit inhibiting, but I still maintain 100% that anyone interested, it is totally worth it right now, because the fun so far outweighs the issues, whatever they may be. That said, the full release, quote unquote, is supposed to be on the 24th. And that'll have a fairly hefty amount of fixes and improvements in it, I'm sure. Hoping that there'll be some improvements to performance because it took a big hit this go around. I think it has to do with them switching the version of the means with which mods are run. I'm not going to get into the weeds / I don't know how to. But hopefully it'll improve over time. We'll see. Anyway, let's get into it. Do it. It's fun. Get a commie first. It is a lot. Oh, I'm down there. I tend to. I don't know if I've done much of anything that I've shared with y'all, but when I take personal footage, I generally toss myself down there as kind of a watermark / I just think it's cute. There's Cap Chat. And here we go. Wonderful. Keeping Kami, that's right. Kami in the ground. All right. So as I said, we're going to give Necromancer a go. Partially because Necromancer is one of the classes that is, it's not required by any means, but it has a lot of support for spirit summons. And those tend to be pretty broken in co-op. So I like doing them on solo plays, just so that I get to screw around with those. So we're just gonna go with, what do I want here? We'll go with Creepy Cat. Why not? And I'm gonna start with a warding remnant. That's what I usually start with. We'll see why later on. This will probably, unless I wear myself out in a way I don't expect, I plan for this to be a pretty long stream. Because I am obsessed with this, as I knew I would be. Oh, forgot one piece. Necromancer spells are pretty fun. Yes, indeed. And the new ones are pretty cool. New background. Oh, I do like the animated background, but it can be a bit busy, so I don't usually use it. I accidentally turned that one on. Frame that off. So apologies to those who like it. Especially when I was making clips frequently, the moving background was just like way too much. But I do love it. So for anyone unfamiliar, the Convergence is a total overhaul mod. 1 second, that's really loud. The new, yeah. Yeah, it's sick. The Convergence is a total overhaul mod for Elden Ring that adds a ton of stuff. Quality of life, revamped areas, completely new progression system that has a heavy focus, not a requirement, but a heavy focus on class fantasy. Meaning that there are a shit ton of classes. I didn't really show them because we'll see more over time. There are a shit ton of classes that you're not locked into when you pick them, but they give you kind of a guidance for what to do if you want to stick to it. And then you just kind of go around the world with a lot more convenience than you would in normal Elden Ring, because it's intended for shorter kind of focused playthroughs. You can totally still do a like do everything, go everywhere, all bosses, all remembrances, whatever you want to do. And there is value in that because you get to see everything. But the intent is to go like, oh, I want to play this class. I have these notes that give me kind of an idea of where to go for that class. I'm going to do that stuff. I'm going to beat the game. And then I do it again. And that's the way I like to play anyway. So it kind of just was a good fit for me. And Necromancer, as the name would imply, involves a heavy focus on death and controlling undead, which is essentially what spirit summons are in this. Of course, putting aside the stigma that spirit summons have always had in Elden Ring, blah, blah, blah. It's very fun because the way that they work in Elden Ring or in Convergence is very different in the first place. Instead of costing health and or mana, they actually give you, actually I start with one as Necromancer. I can show you. This won't take very much, but they take a notable amount of some combination of your bar stats away, like your maximum. I'm not going to pick that up because I don't need it. But there are different means to mitigate that. Necromancer has one of the more convenient ones. We'll see those later. And then you unsummon and blah, blah, blah. So it balances it in a different way. And there's lots of very cool summons. There's some that are brand new. And we'll hopefully see some of those eventually. But for now, we're going to do my boring bog standard setup run so that we don't have to worry about resources for pretty much the whole game. But for those interested, I do think this is a good way to kind of get an idea of how starting a run could look for you. It's pretty flexible, so you don't have to do, you can do anywhere between none of it and all of it. But there's no like requirement, no restriction, and it doesn't really break anything in this to kind of zip around the way that I am. Let me catch up on chat real quick. Oh, hi Crow. Thank you so much for the lurk. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Hold, please. Even notice the way vaporwave background was in. Yeah. That's Grace Fountain now, just Grace. Papyrus and Sands. I like it, Panda. Personally, I named them Steve and Steven. Going to start Tomb Water today. Okay. I have not heard of that. That's not your game, is it? I don't remember that name. If y'all don't know, let me do shout out. If y'all don't know Crazy Crow Station, super nice, super cool streamer, and a game developer. So definitely check that out if you like indie games. I should probably do that correctly. I'm a streamer. I know what I'm doing. There we go. Ooh, Core Keeper. The Western Souls-like. Okay. Well, color me curious. I always forget the name, but I played a lot of demos fairly recently, and one of them was for a, like, Napoleonic Wars themed Souls-like, and it was in first person, and it was very, very good. But I haven't heard of Tomb Water. Hopefully I will remember that name and check it out later. Valor Mortis, yes. Or Morty, or however you would say it. I'm sure it has some kind of French-ish pronunciation. But yeah, it was awesome. I played another one the same day that was, Mortal Shell 2. I did not like Mortal Shell 1, like, at all. I didn't think it was fun. It felt very clunky. The enemy placement was extremely frustrating. But Mortal Shell 2 feels like just night and day, massive improvement. Obviously, they have a better budget from the success of the first one, so on and so forth. But it's really pretty. It runs really well, especially for an alpha. I think it's still in. And the gameplay just feels so much better. So props to that team. I definitely will be keeping an eye out for the full release. I don't play demos and betas and stuff for very long usually, but I did play that one for about 2 hours, I think. So I think that kind of speaks for itself. Bet that statue felt smug T-posing over their subject. Yeah. America has a bit of an ego. Just a little bit. Popping in and out, starting Overwatch training. PBS is rusty. That's one of my roles for the tournament. Good luck, Lucky. And I'm sure you'll do great. So Necromancer is a really easy and smooth starting run because Weeping Peninsula is one of the most lucrative parts of the setup anyway. So it's kind of nice that I start right smack dab in the middle of something that I would have been going to. Most of the classes start somewhere that's pretty convenient. There are a couple like Nox Oracle that are a little farther away from the loop that I usually do, but it's so quick to get around in this that it doesn't really matter that much. That's why America sounds so close. America, the ego. Got him. Eat shit, me. Anyway. So yeah, we really like starting and weeping. I'm just gonna kind of go. The footage hopefully speaks for itself as far as what I'm doing, but the bulk of it is picking up the resources for improving the flask, which is the tiers for how much they heal for, and the seeds for how many of them I have. And they're kind of just like sitting around everywhere. So we pick them up and then we move on. We're also going to get some upgrade stones for our weapons for later, some memory stones to be able to carry more spells, and lots of waypoints to which I can travel in the future when I need them. example of small quality of life thing that the mod does that I absolutely love. You can get the bell bearing for merchants by simply talking to them instead of having to kill them, which means that you can take them to Walmart, as I call it, the statue in the round table hold, and just be able to buy everything from there. And especially because they have 3, if not 4, I think 3 merchants that between them sell all of the crafting materials in the base game. They don't have the same system for the DLC yet, but I think they're going to eventually. But it makes it really convenient to do all that, which I appreciate. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Lovely Americans, I admire your obsession with cheese. I do like cheese quite a lot. Please explain the lactose obsession. Cheese is tasty. That's really what it comes down to. It definitely comes with its problems if you eat too much of it. Pretty self-explanatory, but it tastes nice. It's a good accessory to a lot of food. It's got a fun texture in a lot of cases. And it's a good way to get a little bit of exposure to the rest of the world, because we have access to lots of different cheeses from lots of different places. So obviously that makes me very cultured, like cheese. Please tell me you wash your pre-grated cheese. Pre-grated cheese. Possibly? I don't use very much of my own just sitting around cheese. But I'm also not sure that I knew that was an important thing. Even making a toast baked cheese. Is toasty what y'all call like a grilled cheese over there? I don't believe I'll have cause to do Castle Morn on this run unless I just feel like it, which I probably won't. But here's where it is. And for those of you who know what Castle Morn normally looks like, it don't look like that. One of the first really striking things that you can find while you're just out and about in the world, if you're a new Convergence player, highly recommend giving it a go, even if you don't need to do it for your class. Very fun. Most of their overhauls to dungeons and the ones that they've expanded into what the Elden Ring calls legacy dungeons, which are the big, like, super important to progression dungeons. Most of them I really like. There are a couple that I find a bit obnoxious. But overall, I think they're well done. Toasty can be a grilled cheese, but can have other stuff like ham and tomato. Oh, okay. Gotcha, gotcha. I like half of those additional options. I wish I liked tomatoes. I wish less fruits and vegetables made me gag in general. It'd be a lot easier to consume a balanced diet. I hate tomato. Right there with you, Lucky. I like tomato sauce. I like ketchup. I don't like tomato soup. But there are a fair few tomato products that I like, but just straight up tomatoes, ugh, disgusting. Fried tomatoes are really popular down here. Hate those. Their texture, wrong. Bin it. Yeah. Alright, so we'll be coming back here later. Necromancer has pretty nice upper hand early game. Because, possibly contrary to what one might expect, they do holy damage. And unlike a lot of classes where the stuff you go after for your upgrades are... what does reassemble do? Hold that thought, I got distracted. I forgot they got a new starting spell. Restores HP of all allies in your vicinity. Does not restore your HP. Okay. I don't need that one. If I have trouble for some reason, I'll go back and swap that out, but I don't expect to have issues here. Anyway... thing that I was saying Oh yeah, necromancers do holy damage, which undead are generally weak to, as opposed to like a fire monk doing fire damage, which all the fire enemies heavily resist. So that's convenient, especially because some of the catacombs are a bit of a pain in the ass. Do I have time? Yeah, I was pretty sure I had time. Many Elden Ring players might be like, why the fuck is he applying Deathblight? Deathblight sucks in PvE. Because Deathblight in Convergence is really good. It affects, I think, nearly every enemy in the game. It still turns NPCs into trees, which we love. But for everything else, it does the thing it's doing right now where they get all those branches sticking out of them. And it makes them, I believe, take more damage and be much more susceptible to status effects. Which we love. I shouldn't have done that. Ouch. Think I have time? Yeah. Boom. You bitch. Oh, too early. Oh, no. I need to call someone. The panda's allowed to like tomatoes, Lucky. They gotta go somewhere. They might as well go to the people who like them. That's funny. Yeah, fresh whole tomato, I'll eat that like an apple. Even sprinkle some shit inside for okay. Overwatch lobby's been loading for 10 minutes. Is the tournament thing happening like a big thing? Where like a whole lot of people are practicing? Or is it more of a kind of local thing? Oh god. The stuttering. Alright, let's try this again. Oh my god. Coming cat, please. Oof. Yeah, just keep doing that. That's a lot nicer than, doing the staff slam. Ooh, let's go. Yeah, I figured. Oh, that was nice of you to do that. GG. Hooray. That was much better. So the reason we do this, besides a very small amount of pretty easy runes, is that one of the major systems of convenience in this are called Erd Tree Waygates. So these minor Erd trees, instead of just having like a physic tier in them, they have these portals. Well, you still get these items that let you make physic tiers, which is a whole different system that we'll get into later. Possibly. Gonna just kind of do it for now. Let's just get physical defense. That's always good. I forgot to equip them. But the portals help you get around to a lot of places that would otherwise involve a whole lot of running. So that's nice. It's that tasty. Tournament's being run by JP Gaming. He raids me a lot. Isn't until next Friday. Okay, okay. Got it. Well, I hope that the game starts playing nice so that you can actually, like, practice. But that's very exciting. I've only participated in a couple of video game tournaments over the years, and they're always fighting games. I wonder if... I'll have to test that at ones that I know. We have a special surprise with some of the chests in this patch. It was not in the patch notes, so it was an interesting thing to stumble upon. And there is a tell, but it's very small. I've been wondering if the kind of method to open chests more quickly has an effect on them or is a way to tell. I don't know. I'm going to... swap this in. We don't really care about the summons yet. I don't really like using them when they reduce my resources, especially while I'm as squishy as I am right now. I think it would be fine here. The skeletons don't reduce it by very much. Probably law order there. Oh god, I can't see. What are you doing? That must be considered like a continuous bullet. It's just the AI dodging it repeatedly. Also, what the hell happened to my... Okay. That's something to keep an eye on. I don't think that's supposed to happen. I think, using the weapon skill on this, which does not buff the weapon. I think it disabled the weapon buff. Ow. Uh-oh. And I'm just gonna have to let you... Huh? Or you can be dumb. You gotta stay aggressive with this one in particular, because he'll back off and heal. Like, heal to full, and then enter a phase 2. The phase 2 is pretty easy, but just adds a lot of extra time. Oh, thank you for Pet Pet, Lucky Purr. I'm gonna turn the game down just a smidgen more. Volume. That. Okay, that makes it smaller at least. The horse, a dead horse that your necromancer conjured. And if so, what was the cause of death? I don't know if Torrent is technically dead. He's a spirit. I don't think he's technically just a horse, but spirit beast of some fashion. Being beaten over a franchise. Oh my god. Possible. But I don't know the lore behind Torrent. So, now that we're here, we're probably done with the portals for now. Some people will travel between all the portals to just get a shit ton of early runes, which is totally valid, but I don't tend to do that. Just because it can take a fair bit of time to unlock places that I don't really go to. Whoops. But the two that we have done allow me to do my usual setup. We did our loop in Weeping. Now I have a loop to do in Limgrave proper. And then we have one more loop after that, and then we can actually play the game. I forgot to check. I read from one of the... Without... I mean, I made it obvious enough by trying to be cheeky, but... this update introduced mimics, like Dark Souls-style mimics, which surprisingly were not in Elden Ring before. And I read one of the devs saying that they have the ability to randomize their location. I don't think they're actually currently randomized, but it has put me in the habit of checking all the chests. Just in case, because I'm pretty sure getting chewed on by a mimic would kill me at my current level. Or it makes me think he was excited for piracy. Gotta appreciate his policy for free booty, for sure. Okay, so we've got this for later. I do wonder what makes you think he was executed for piracy. I probably don't need to go to that part of the underground unless I need an enchanted remnant, which hopefully I won't, because that involves a pretty long run. But we will need minimum of 2 of those for this playthrough. Probably more, but there are for sure 2 that are less of a hassle to get than that. Overwatch's cheating problem. No! Blizzard, why? People, why? What is the fun in cheating in a game like that? I understand convenience for, you know, overcoming stuff for single-player games. I'm plenty open to and I don't want to say guilty of, because I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but a participant in that. But cheating in, like, online multiplayer, I don't get it. Like, what do you get out of that? Whatever, like, metric you fulfill or, like, leaderboard you climb, it's all fake. Who cares? I get if you're in, like, a tournament to try to win money, it's still a really stupid thing to do, but there's, like, a practical, you know, goal there. Not even basic cheating, the Smurfs are back boosting. Is back boosting something in addition to regular Smurf? Because I know what Smurfing but I haven't heard back boosting. I've never really understood Smurfing beyond just wanting to have casual playtime, because it's not like it benefits your main account, right? Or is Smurfing done by, like, purposefully putting yourself at a low rank and then going back up? For whatever reason that would be worthwhile. Boosting their queuing with their low-ranked friends to boost their... Oh, I see. That's weird and annoying. And that seems like a shortcoming on Blizzard's part. So that unlocks the spirit summon I started with. Unless I need Death Root, which I don't think I do. Let's see. Okay, no. So very important part of how progression in Convergence works is thank you for self-care, Panda. Every class starts with these notes, or has a pickup nearby, rather, of these notes, and they give you basically places to go to find stuff that is meant for your class, because it'll provide buffs for your class, and or be themed after your class, and or scale correctly with the stats that your class wants to use. So very important to track those down, to kind of have some guidance into how your class wants to play. Necromancer note to self: do not conjure boner, unpleasant results. There is a cheeky survivors-like game bullet heaven game rather, that I really, really love, named Bone Razor Minions. And I forget which minion it is, because it's a bullet heaven survivors type game, but the majority of your attacks come via demons, or demons are included, but minions that you summon and improve and stuff. It's really cool. There's like whole tech trees of leveling them. But the word boner is somewhere in the name of a bunch of them. It's got a very cheeky sense of humor. Very, very fun game. Very, very cheap. Highly recommend to fans of Bullet Heavens. It's one of my favorites. Excuse you, sir. I just need to grab these. Thank you very much. Necromancer to self, note 2, do Conjure Cthulhu again was fun. Note to self 3, give comic cap. Oh, that's very nice of the Necromancer. Thank you, Panda. Purr. Free purr.
Everyone who only to have it, you know, it's quite a...
I know.
You're willing
Oops.
to...
I'm sorry. I'm excited.
But I don't have... It's scary. I want to know nothing.
Can I have jellyfish now, please?
Can you take this?
Thank you. Bye. I doubt we'll use it, but there is a cool interaction that, if I remember, we might do down the line that they added with this patch that I thought was really cool of them. A, because it's thematic, and B, because it was a direct result of a player request. And that's not something you see a whole lot. Like, I don't want to call them not receptive to player requests, but it's that their task list is already so big that most things people ask for get at best tabled. So it was really cool that they did this one. Essentially, for anyone familiar with that jellyfish, there's a quest in the normal game where you take her to find her sister, who is in a later part of the game. And normally that's kind of it. You do get one of my favorite emotes out of it, and in this you get some spells for a different class out of it. But also now you get a summon that is both of the jellyfish, which is really cute. Not like crazy powerful or anything, but very cute. Classic Necromancer method: run to a random stranger's abode, run in a small circle, conjuring the underhanded spell, skip dialogue. Exactly, you get it. Five minutes left on cooldown. Oh. The pets in spirit are still appreciated. We can necro the pets. Hi, Collie.
I am Carl. Now, I suppose next time you don't try just that.
Thank you. All right, that is our Limgrave loop done. Doing okay on time. Definitely not the fastest, but talking slows it down. Yeah. I don't have time for your shenanigans, Tree Sentinel, by which I mean you'll two-shot me and I don't want to die. Cool, we didn't fall down the hole. We can necro the pets. I'm sure that's a smut book somewhere. I continue to learn via Mamsies the wildness to which smut books get up to. I forgot exactly the name, but last I heard she's reading one, or was reading one. She probably finished it. She reads very fast. About a woman who romances her, I believe it was like a mixer for baking. And it had a really silly name and involved tentacles. It sounded very funny. I look forward to hearing about it. Man, I'm gonna have to start writing down these notes. I can't keep up with them. We're at 5 now. Who the hell keeps losing all the grace? Must find a lost and found grace bin somewhere. Playing Resident Evil 9 before Resident Evil 9. We found grace. Such a weird smut fic this morning was kinda traumatizing. Feel free to tell us about it. As long as it's not like, you know, way off the rails, in which case feel free to spoiler tag it in Ma'am Smut Hut. Hashtag join the Discord, folks who are curious. So once we finish... One sec. Excuse me. Once we finish the Altus loop, I'm going to give the first Necromancer dungeon a go. It's pretty easy, except for the boss. Shit can hit the fan really quickly with the boss, because it's pretty much... Like, both sides are squishy, so it's pretty much you kill it immediately, or it kills you immediately. And then from there, it would be a matter of checking my notes and figuring out where I'm going. Want to hear something dirty? A man fell in the mud. Fitting. Accurate. Hopefully he was into that. I love the spin on man walks into a bar. Ouch. What's brown and sticky? A fair few uncomfortable things. Well, if it's sticky, it's probably uncomfortable to me. A stick? This is true. So I don't know if I've had them before today and yesterday, but oh, this is a terribly interesting anecdote. I had overnight oats for, I think, technically now the second time. They were fucking delicious. It was a brand called Mush. And it was like a chocolate peanut butter kind. And god damn, it was tasty. I really liked both the flavor and the texture. The name very fitting. It is basically mush, which as it turns out is a texture I'm quite fond of. However, it is kicking my ass, pushing its way past my acid reflux medicine, which is not something I expected. But sometimes that comes from strange places. Like ground turkey and turkey sausage. Regular, like, pork sausage or beef and whatnot, fine. Turkey and turkey sausage? Fucking wreck my digestive system in that fashion. Don't know why. As I promised, super interesting anecdote. But it was tasty food. Would recommend. And surprisingly filling. It's been several hours and I still feel pretty good. I'm only like just now starting to get a little bit hungry. Brain was scrambled for a second there. Thought you said Overwatch oats. You know, if they haven't made those, they're missing out on an easy brand opportunity. The stack tracer or slap tracer on a tracer's already stacked. slap tracer on a plastic container of overnight oats. Bam. Easy money. May is also a good option, true. All right, one more little stretch and then we can play the game. Think we're gonna come in at under an hour? Yeah. The nice thing about doing this is, tedious as it can be as a startup, although I really don't mind it. It's kind of just a comfortable ritual at this point. I've done it so many times. I basically don't have to worry about the flask resources for the rest of the game because whatever I have left over will kind of just fill in incidentally as I go. And I like that. Round typing between... Pick was about Freya and... Imri? The end, my least favorite character walked in on them doing the tango and just watched. Okay. Was the third party over them, perchance? Was it an over watch? I'm gonna stick to playing Elden Ring. Who am I kidding? No, I'm not. Honestly, I'm just happy to be here. It's going to make for an interesting conversation with my therapist in a couple of days, but I have missed y'all very much. That meme video where Tracer's asking Widowmaker why he's just done that, I assume the context being... Damn it. Oh. Well, thank you for Pep Panda Purr. I missed saying that too. I gotta scroll up. I need the tea. I gotta know about this Overwatch story and the theories. Yeah, that meme video where Tracer's asking Widowmaker why she's just done that. I assume the context being she assassinated someone. Widowmaker does a smug chuckle on something. Someone just had to edit a huge fart noise over her chuckling. What the fuck? That is not what I expected when I went back up to read that. He sure overstayed his welcome. I like it. I don't really know which way I'm going to take this build. Necromancer only got, I think, one new weapon, and it's late game, and it's, at least in the co-op setup, it was pretty bugged. I think it's supposed to work fine normally, but they did get a fair bit in the way of new spells, and every single class except for Perfumer got a brand new system called Jewels, which are kind of a capstone or a piece of the capstone for each class. I'm very excited to see how that works out for Necromancer. I know one of the elements of it is kind of bugged, but not in a major way. Hi, Kitterweed. Welcome. How you doing? Nice to see you. Posted in memes. Thank you, Panda. Wasn't like the hero that walked in was their friend. He's their colleague. Colleague they don't... Well, that's very uncomfortable for everyone involved. Well, I guess except him. Okay, so we've done the vast majority of a setup run I would do. I'm going to skip Liurnia. I normally only do that part if I am a character who started there. But we'll end up there later. For now, we're going to give... That's the wrong one. I suppose, Ronnie. I suppose. Hey, I agreed to a word. This is a lot more than a word, Ronnie. Well, thank you for the 3 lone wolves. I've always found that funny. Hi, Ronnie. All right, Tombsword Catacombs. Here we go. Capitalize on all the shit I just picked up. Whoops. Yeah, I'll go 9 and 2. We don't have great resource management yet. Although that helps a lot. And I believe I have one here that... Or is that in one of my other... Okay, so we don't super care about any of these. So I guess I'll take... I might as well use one. I'll take Jar Shard so that my weapon skill, which is decent, gets more value. Pick this here, and this here. Gotta get yourself one of those death crystals that grows on corpses as a necromancer. Trying to think what... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that thing you linked recently. That was wild. Oh, we want one more thing because it makes these catacombs very fun. We can bewitch the undead. Do my bidding. Yes, fight for my amusement. Oh. Well, you did your best. I'm gonna call you Carl. Fucking... That's interesting. I can't, with the Mystic, which is a similar class but with a different setup, but it's also a very, like, support, minion focus class. When you bewitch enemies with that one, you can still damage them. Because that's gonna expire. And when it does, the skeleton becomes hostile again. So that'll be a fun surprise in probably 20-ish seconds. Ow. Thank you for swap outfits, Lucky. It does kill them first, at least. But then they get back up. They get knocked down, but they'll get up again. I'm never going to keep them down. Hey, whoa, chill. Go attack the archers. Get your ass over here! Lazy motherfucker, what do I even pay you for? well, at least if it dies while I'm doing this, I won't be aggroed right away. Hey, come with me. Alright, you're mine now, which should disable this one because you can only control one at a time. Hopefully you'll actually follow. Carl number, I believe, 3. Ow. Carl number 3, you're really slacking. Carl 1 was the only useful one of you so far. This kind of thing is why we picked that up. Cool. I shouldn't need that again, but maybe it would have been wise. Chat box, please. I don't have my song reference. I love that song. Happy to listen to it whenever I'm pissing the night away. No, you don't get to be Carl 4. You're too far away. You're probably not going to follow me, and then you're just going to sit there and be useless. You, on the other hand, you're not going to... You could... You were a decent candidate for Carl 4. Okay, so I need you. Ow. And then I need this. You're not supposed to get past. Where's the fun in that? Ah! I forgot it comes out that side too. Are they all dead yet? I think so. Almost rolled right into that fire. Get up there before Carl 4 decides he wants to hit me again. Oh, hi, Mamsies. Glad to see you're alive. Welcome in. How you doing? Still never punished. Hell yeah. Welcome to the fray, Carl 5. We'll restart the numbering whenever I use the whole conversion thing, because I will not keep track. That's very kind, Panda. Definitely get the rest that you need, but it is very kind. And again, all of y'all, I really appreciate the support while I've been away. It's contributing a lot to how I wanted to handle being away from stream. By Coke, I mean Coke. Y'all have the Coke with actual sugar in it, right? Not the high fructose bullshit that they give us over here. Where we treat Coke from Mexico like it's a luxury and charge a ridiculous amount of money for it. Oh, hi, Red Beast. Welcome in. How you doing? Nice to see you. Get Pepsi Max. You don't like sugar? That's fair. I think I will summon, despite the health loss here. I think being not the only target for this guy is going to be the better. Uh-oh. Lucky panic roll. Hopefully we can just stun the... Ow. Uh-oh. Cemetery Shades are such a crapshoot. There they go. Yes! Continue pacing menacingly instead of hitting me. They definitely nerfed Tibia's summons. I saw it in the patch notes. It's still good, especially compared to how completely useless it is in normal Elden Ring. But it isn't the absolute fucking cannon that it was, which is valid. No, not panic roll. Do not go lucky panic roll. Perhaps I should get used to saying fortunate. Now we just have to keep an eye out. If anyone with fortunate in their name ever joins, we instantly ban them. No offense, just to keep me able to say something along those lines. Not go gentle into the good night panic rolls halfway across the room. Okay, so good chance to see how this system works. So instead of having spells spread out across the world, mostly, every class has these spell runes that ascend in requirements and usually power, kind of like in like Skyrim, how they're labeled as like apprentice, journeyman, etc. So we got the apprentice level runes. We started with the ones from the novice rune, and we got a couple of really valuable ones out of that. So big power boost, and now I got to figure out where the hell I want to go. I probably don't need to bother with the next rune yet. I could get Fia's set very easily. Oh, thank you for burp, Red Beast. Insha's a bit more difficult and I think kind of bugged right now. Kaled Catacombs is big hassle. And then the other two are DLC. We may hold off on the... if I'm going to go for one, it'd be Fia's set. That would be a direct upgrade to what I'm wearing now. And it looks cool. I am going to replace this weapon eventually. It's okay. I don't think it's great. The starting weapons are generally not supposed to be great, which I have kind of mixed feelings about, but I get the logic. We don't care about Sacrificial Axe. Rosas's Harvester is a solid option, and even though it's in Altus, I probably could get it pretty easily. Rancor Touch is busted. In, like, the... not the broken, you know, buggy way, but in the, like, kind of an auto-win-the-game button sort of way. But it is very fun. I think I will just go ahead and get Fia's set. Should be... not trivial, but easy enough. Hey, no worries, Red Beast. The sentiment is appreciated regardless, and I hope you get the rest you need. Rune of Necromancy isn't just any old rune, it's shimmering, that's right. Alright, we definitely want the health. Aw, man. I'm a little bit short on that, so I think what I'll do is make... Thank you for self-care, Panda. I will make the Int and Faith heirloom talisman, and I'll just toss that there. Exactly, what I'll do is soothe. Self-care is always out of stock. Panda's pretty good at keeping it on cooldown. Y'all gotta really be on it if you want to compete. So this is one of the most important spells that Necromancer has if you're going to use summons, because it takes away that thing where you lose bar stats when you summon. And in this case, it gives you a stamina regen buff, which is nice. This is also very good if you're going to summon. And the others are decent. I think I will replace Tibia summons with Rancor Call, so nice range damage and frostbite application. And I don't think, well, actually, I do want to test. Kind of forgot. But I don't think it's supposed to work this way. Because that doesn't wait, it's still there now. Is it on the follow-up? Yes. Okay, now I'm confused. Is that just a really short buff? No, it's a minute long. That was definitely less than a minute. Something is happening there. It's after the second use of the skill. It seems... Okay, okay, so it's even if... Fascinating. How the fuck does that work? Alright, well, I'm going to take quick note of that, and I will explore it in more detail on my own later. This thing called Spirit Sword? Yes. Spirit Sword. Skill moves. Deathblight weapon. Blighted armor. Second skill, whether the follow-up or a second of the first part. We'll test that more thoroughly later. Gentle like hamburger? Watering Kame like a house pet, that's right. Oh, Panda, you're so kind. I really appreciate it. Day drinking became the optimal, but Lucky, no! Day drinking is never optimal. I love that y'all compete for the self-care. It's very appreciated. Okay. So with that in mind, I think until I replace the weapon, I swap Blighted Armament out for... I guess Lingering Blight? Doesn't matter that much. I mean, Deathblight is really good in this. But I do already have the Cloud to handle that, so that probably won't stick around for that long. I also could just, like, not use the skill on the sword. Making enemies grant allies and yourself increase... Actually, yeah, I think that's better. I just not use the skill on the sword. Especially because I have Rancor Call anyway. We'll pop that there. And that should be good enough. Wish I... Wait, what? All for day drinking after that meeting. Oh no. I'm sorry the meeting didn't go well. But welcome back, Eagle. Okay, so I went here because I'm going to go to the capital, or at least attempt to. We do have to get past an abductor virgin boss, which I don't think will be a big problem. But we will see. Wait, did I really not?
Well, there's been an how can I?
I think I had decided against coming down here. I don't remember why, but that's okay. Golf club and ball mod where Tarnish can play golfer on the map and he gets bonus points if he plays the ball where it lies, including in hostile enemy. That is a fascinating idea. Working all evening? No! I thought y'all had laws against that kind of thing. Me continuing to fantasize about other countries not sucking as much as it does here. With you and then bring out the boys. I forgot to do this first. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, thank you for Pip Pip and a purr. I don't think we're going to get away with this without aggroing them. Get 'em, boys! Uh-oh. That's going to hurt. It did indeed hurt. Hey! Check yourself before you wreck myself. Where'd he go? Get your ass back here. Remember, you started this. Ow. And you might finish it. Gotta finish the horse. I'm sorry, horse. This isn't your fault. You were just doing your best. I have more than laws protecting than you do. However, I ended up in the industry where it's the most Boo! I'm sorry, Eagle. I hope it's not too bad. I believe the knight is still up there, so let's... Yeah, there you are. Come down here. Where I have company. Where they went, I don't know. There they are. Come on, boys. Ow. Yep, ow. You! Jeez. There we go. Thank you, fellas. See you in a moment. Oh, I crossed a... An interesting interaction in Convergence and some other mods that make it so that you can summon anywhere instead of just in like bosses and important areas. There are like thresholds where, because the summoning is handled by these little, like, I don't know what I'd call them. I'll just say stakes, where if you're in the vicinity of one of them, that's how you're able to summon. So I think they make summoning possible by just placing more of those, but the way it works is that when you become closer to a different one than the one where you originally summoned, then instead of dismissing the one that you had completely, your option becomes to summon a new one, which is still useful, but it's a bit annoying when you do just want to send them away. Telling me to get back here and yet you're playing keep away with the boulder geometry? That's right. I want him to be where I want him to be. And I want to not get my ass blasted by this golem, so... Just gonna grab this and be on my merry way. Excuse me, pardon me. Thank you very much. You can go back to your nap now. Still haven't gotten paid for working from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Well, that's bullshit. What the hell is wrong over there? Haven't had a lunch break yet. No. Those days are the worst. It's so funny if I was thinking that, you know, I was like, I'm glad the mimics aren't randomized yet because eventually odds are that would happen. And that would be very funny. I'm a student, they're refusing to pay you? Well, that's bullshit. It's still labor. What is this, the 1900s? I actually have no idea when, not that you're a child, but I have no idea when child labor became outlawed anywhere. Although, I mean, places get away with it here. You know, as I understand it, internships of any capacity are supposed to be paid because you're still doing work for the company. But a lot of places get away with unpaid internships, which is absolute horse shit. Uh-oh. Wait. I was pressing the wrong button. And now, I think. Ah. Ow. And go ahead and fart on him a little. Nice, nice. So I learned while playing with Pro Assassin yesterday that Frostbite will instantly poise break. Or actually, no, I don't think it was a Frostbite. I think it was that the mist was hitting it so often. Regardless, the mist spells are very good at poise breaking abductor versions. Which would be wonderful if it stood still long enough for me to actually benefit from it. God damn, absolutely ruining them. Get to... Ha! There we go. We got there. Oh, hi, Selenia. Welcome. Elden Wing, that's right. Hope you're doing okay. No pay, hot summer conditions with no ventilation. Tasked with resetting the school laptops. That is absolute bullshit. I mean, I've done the whole, although I wasn't even a student by that point, I don't think. I've done the whole unpaid internship thing. What the fuck? Doing okay, didn't sleep since yesterday. Well, we're glad to start with okay. I hope okay transitions into able to sleep.
I love my dog.
That's right, we love our dog. Tried that because it was for filming. It's always experience work where, oh god. You'll get paid in experience. Or, exposure is what I'm thinking of. Still, same idea. Bullshit. Got a little bit more work to get where I'm going, but shouldn't be too bad. As long as I don't get absolutely wrecked by the gargoyle out here. Of which there is like a 50-50 chance. Depends on what moves it picks, mostly. Yeah. Like that. Ow. We're not going to bother with whatever that was. Gonna get my happy ass inside. Oh, you're okay. That's new. No, don't go fight him. All right, well. I can handle a Lane-Del Knight. Probably. I can handle a Lane-Del Knight off stream. So this is good practice. Boom. Ow. Boys, are you still playing with the gargoyle? Uh-oh. Whoop. Oh. Convenient frostbite timing. Uh-oh. No, thank you. Our buff expired anyway, and I don't think I have time to reapply it. Boys, will you please? This is not going as smoothly as I hoped. There we go. We got there. Basically a mini boss at this level. Alright, well, whatever the fuck y'all are doing, you can go home. Head nuts to your shelter. Really? I don't think that's happened before. Alright, so this should be a straight up upgrade. Wow, yeah, by like a shit ton. Holy crap. Which is good because a lot of our upgrades are mid to late game. I don't really need that. Don't believe I actually need anything else in here. I guess I'll grab the seedbed curse. Nope, because there's a fucking... Yeah, no, we don't care. I don't need that. Let's get out of here. Plenty of stock for Walmart. Probably won't use most of it, but it's there now. And I don't really... When do I get my staff? Oh, that's a pain in the ass. Yeah, we'll upgrade my base staff a bit. Never had a playthrough where I didn't have to kill emo skeleton guy. The way he triggers in the normal Elden Ring is whenever you gather either half of the Halic Tree Medallion, that's when he'll ambush you in the Round Table Hold. In this, his behavior is a bit odd. I think in solo play without seamless co-op, that's still how it works, which is the situation we're in right now. But I don't do it outside of playing Necromancer pretty much ever, so I don't know for sure. What would a Necromancer even do for a living? Pun not intended. We'll take it. Cheap labor? Become a general contractor? Hey boys, go fix that scaffolding. I don't know. Oh. Talk to Gideon.
Oh, this is a rare occasion. I can't remember the last time a new tarnished made their way to the round table. Very well.
Alright, I wanted to listen to your accent for a minute. Now you can shut up.
Allow me you, a house girl. Remember your...
Thank you, Mr. Game of Thrones. Nurse, specifically one in movies that always has a defibrillator in their hands. I mean, there is another necromancer in this, and she gives hugs. That's... I mean, she also wants to, like, bring about the age of the living dead, but that's neither here nor there. The important thing is the hugs. Anyway. Let me see what I want to do. I mean, definitely could handle Black Knife Catacombs, and I may have the stats to use for the emos rule. Who did that song, We Are the Walking Dead? It's escaping me right now. I don't think that's the name of the song, but that's one of the standout lyrics in it. It wasn't Upper Roach, was it? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Till OSHA shuts you down for violations of health and safety, even point out that your workers are dead weight anyway. Age of the Living Dead over dealing with this arse of the... I mean, if we have the Age of the Living Dead, doesn't that mean you'll never be rid of them? It's not either of those. Because I've never heard of them. It's escaping me. I don't know. I mean, they could also have something like that, but it's not who I'm thinking of. I mean, yeah, I guess we go to Black Knife Catacombs. There's not a lot else for me to do. I could start doing Stormvale. I don't think that would be a problem.
Well, I took you no matter to lay out your own.
But we'll do Black Knife Catacombs first. I'm not going to do that. Plus, we get to get our ass beat by a hot mystic lady, so that'll be fun. And some dead weight will get sacked, and that's fine because money won't matter. I suppose so. gallows humor? I'm not sure what that is either. Fuck. Law order again. Summoned enough? Yes, you are. Alright, here we go. I haven't actually seen most of what she does because the few times that I've done it, she died very quickly. Which is going to be the case again, it seems. All I've really seen is that she uses the Clean Rot Knight moveset. And stands there guarding a lot, I assume, to let her summons do the work. Which is honestly, frankly, extremely cowardly. Who would do that? I mean, really. Anyway, thank you, summons, for doing all the work. Till the dead demand rights and good pay, then it becomes wage of the living dead. Surely there's been a show about that. Hello, mommy. Goodbye, mommy. I know. He maybe needs a little bit more health. Is it over there? That is lethal. I think that isn't. There was a spirit spring I could have taken instead of doing that, but that's okay. Runs the spooky house attraction at the carnival. It's so realistic. Well, that's one way to get past the night. Well, sort of. Oh boy. Alright, you have fun up there. I have no quarrel with you. Actually, now that I've been to Urnia, yeah, take a quick, well, take a quick detour. I don't know why I came over here. My options are scream, cry, or piss myself. I need to buy a new happy game. You still have anything going on in Tamagotchi life?
Well, I took you no matter to lay out your own. The girl, she has a... I saw in her eye. I see you've nothing special on trap. That's all there is. No, well, no great my being. Besides, despite my desire to...
Greetings, my name isn't this for round table? I never knew, although I'm still looking. You're telling me I don't believe. If I do, I suppose I'll ask my certainly. I know I can tell.
That's nice. I just need you to buff my boys.
The girl. Are you out? Dude, it's absurd.
Bill Valentine is still trying to date Carlos after rejecting him 3 times. Ada and Leon are now married, and Chris Redfield is making everyone sad. I love hearing the tea. I don't think I'd ever enjoy playing Tamagotchi Life because I think it wants more creativity than I'm usually willing or able to give it. But it's very fun to hear about the shenanigans.
And if there's, well, I search Roderica.
Fun. 2, 3. Thank you. Okay, where am I going? Black Knife Catacomb. Thank you for self-care, Panda. All right. As usual, streaming throws my sinuses out of whack. I have no idea why, and it's very annoying. Reminds me of an article I once read. Prop for a spooky attraction to be picked up with the rest. Damaged the prop and found out. Damn it. Found out to their horror. Oh, this chat box is killing me. All right. Y'all get the idea. I'm gonna unpin this message. It takes up so much. Okay, well, my OBS is crashing, I think. If y'all can still hear me, I will hopefully be back in a moment. Okay, I think I saw in cap chat you can still hear me. I can still see the feed and me moving and stuff. But OBS itself is completely unresponsive. So I'm gonna have to force close it, I think. But it shouldn't break the session as long as I restart it right away. So bear with me.